I play Jeremy Court, the hangman of Dear Hangman, and it was a real joy doing this film for several reasons. One, the script obviously was great. I'd done a Hangman film with Liam previously, which we said this one, Dear Hangman, was sort of a soft reboot. It's not a sequel, it's not a remake, it's a soft reboot sort of thing.
I was really pleased when Liam asked me to play this role in Dear Hangman. I had worked with him on another project before, and I really like his approach as a director. There's a lot of trust there. He gives you a lot of freedom, so you can put your own stamp on your character. And he has a no-nonsense approach. It's very bish, bash, bosh, move on to the next scene, which I really like. I know he also has this really dark, disturbing way when it comes to his writing, which I love as well. I mean, you literally get the scripts and you think, okay, what's happening here? Where's this going? Gripped. And yeah, it's just a great opportunity because you're working with complicated characters which have many layers to them.
Because what Dear Hangman has done is taken what we did in Hangman and kind of expanded it and developed it and used all of the story from Hangman in this one, but then sort of built a lot around it as well, which has made it really interesting. And you've got a lot more development with the characters, particularly with, from my point of view, Jeremy Court, who I play. You've got that very complex relationship with Bishop, played by Vicki, and then you also have the relationship with ROBYN, played by Francesca as well, the psychologist.
He only kills people who have committed heinous crimes and gotten away with it, or people who he sees he could give peace through his actions. People that the justice system has ignored or shirked, have not found justice for, basically. And ROBYN is very drawn to this. She has an obsession with Jeremy Court, who has an obsession with Detective Bishop. Messed up triangle.
I find it odd that you would sooner talk to Detective Bishop than me. She does not define who you are. You murdered her sister, didn't you? Why did you do that? Samantha Bishop was a very troubled young woman, wasn't she? Still, I don't believe she deserved to be disowned by her older sister. Detective Bishop was the only family her sister had after their mother passed away. Samantha needed her support, but she felt all she ever got was judgment.
She's desperately just trying to chip away and get inside his head.
You're wondering how I know all this?
She's become very much jaded over the course of her career. And this is why Jeremy Court's actions hold such an appeal to her.
Samantha Bishop was a patient of mine. Briefly. Small world, isn't it?
In his own mind, he's a vigilante, putting the world to rights and doing a great job of setting the world back on an even keel. However, of course, you know, the police department see things very differently, and actually this person needs to be brought to justice for all of these horrific crimes that he's committing.
So in this film, my character, Detective Bishop, overall I would say she's a good egg. Like all the characters in the film, she is flawed in many ways, but she loves her job and she prides herself on giving everything that she has to the role as a detective. So she does use her job for the greater good, and she does always want to do the right thing. However, at times I feel like she kind of uses it also to deflect from her own personal issues, almost issues that she's almost too scared to face. So she was a joy to play because behind closed doors, she had a lot of emotion. There was a lot of emotions running through her mind and her body, so it was great to play that.
You've been visiting the hangman again, haven't you?
What? And then in front of the outside world, she obviously puts this mask on because she likes to appear strong, composed, in control of the situation, which she clearly isn't. She's riddled with guilt, I'd say, as well. She feels like she didn't do right by her younger sister, and she knows it's not right, but she just can't help being consumed and drawn to Jeremy Court, the hangman. It's almost easier for her to deal with that warped relationship than to tackle her own issues and get to the core of her own problems. But I did particularly enjoy playing the really dark scenes where it's quite intense. Ben played Jeremy like in such a creepy way, very menacing. Those are my favourite sort of moments with Ben because he's not like that at all. He's the complete opposite to his character.
The cast for this was fantastic. I mean, that alone would have made it something that would be a no-brainer to do. You've got Vicki and Anthony playing the two lead cops in it, who I've known for years, and I just love them as people. They're just the greatest, wonderful people. And as actors, I have so much respect for them. They are really top of their game type actors, the ones you really look up to and just sit in awe when you're working against them.
Detective McKALLEN is the partner, professional partner of Bishop, who is the main protagonist in the film, and they work closely together. So, when are you coming back?
I don't know.
We need you.
We?
It's not the same without you.
Some quack came to my house today with this. I recognise the handwriting. It's from him.
Yeah, McKALLEN, he has a very dark, checkered past. There's been some pretty horrible water that's gone under the bridge, and it's very much a secret. But of course, as you watch the film, all of this comes out in the open, and that gets the hangman's attention.
Detective McKALLEN, so you got my message?
He also wants to bring McKALLEN to justice in his sort of murderous, gory way.
The hangman killed your girl, didn't he? You know, the one you used to like to fool around with. Does Detective Bishop know? Perhaps I should pay her a visit. Spill the beans.
The movie as a whole, really, the whole thing is about exploring evil, I guess, in all of its various forms. It might exist as a big, nasty character called the Hangman that is a notorious criminal, or evil might be in the guise of wearing a suit and tie, and everything in between. So I suppose, really, for me, that's what the film is exploring, and all of the different ways in which evil, the different human packages that evil can exist, and I think that will make sense when you watch the film.
Detective Bishop, I don't believe we've met. I'm Albert Hobbs, the new governor here at Paisley-Gate Prison.
I hope you're going to be better than your predecessor.
I think looking at him and the other people in the other characters in the film, he's probably the only, in my opinion, the only decent character in there, to be honest. I think he's the only one with the most honest soul, if you like, and I'm including Vicky's character as well.
McIntyre will be spending plenty of time in the infirmary after what the hangman did to him. It's a miracle he's not dead.
Okay, so Hobbs, he's inherited this prison, this job, and the prison was not run well by the previous guy.
I'm not going to allow my name to be tarred with the same brush as his. That's why I brought in Dr. Van Pelt here. I believe good mental health makes a strong foundation for rehabilitation. She says you're the only one court will speak to.
So he's taken on this job and he wants to do the best job he can. Yes, he could probably change his attitude, and he definitely probably does have dark sides to him. But he does give a damn.
Perhaps you'll get more out of him. He says he'll only speak to you.
Do you think they were bad people?
What?
Excuse me.
It was so great to be able to make Dear Hangman because there was so much left to be said by so many characters. Thinking about my own, thinking about Samantha, you know, we'd only had a really small amount of information as to how she'd got to where she was in life and her mental state and, you know, the estrangement from her sister. That was all really left quite to the viewer's imagination. So it was really nice to kind of put some points in there. And we still kind of don't answer everything. You know, there's gaps of time where you don't know what's happened, but I think that's kind of more powerful. You can see what's caused the spiral and you see where it ends up, and you can just kind of, the pain in between that person's gone through. You know, sometimes you can imagine something worse than we'd maybe want to show on screen. And then there's the duality that I get to play in this film as well. There's this haunting reminder that I get to play. A lot of fun to film, you know, just being that dead body in the corner. I need to stop making a habit of being dead in Liam's films. But so much fun to play, a really, really lovely set to be on as well. There's such a kind of team camaraderie when you're there, and Liam knows exactly what he wants to get out of the film, and, you know, you see his book when he comes in, he's seeing what needs to be in the frame, what he wants to be in the picture, and it's really great working with someone who knows what they want artistically, and then before you come onto set you've had several conversations with them about their character, so you're both kind of going from the same point when you get to set.
Liam is such a visionary, and I mean that. He's an absolute joy to work with and to watch. And when I'm not in a scene, I often watch what's going on in other scenes. And Liam's an absolute joy to watch and work with.
He is such a brilliant preparer. You just know that the whole time when you're in production with him, you don't need to worry. He's got it covered.
That's the big draw, I think. I already knew, obviously, that Liam could make a good film, that he got good shots. And then when you read the script, which has got so many more elements to it, I think particularly because we'd done that previous Hangman kind of, I suppose it was like a tester in a way. So because we'd done that, and I'd really enjoyed that, and it came out so well, to then see this script having so much more to it, just meant that it was yeah, I just knew it was going to be a step above what we'd done before, and I was really proud of what we'd done before. So this was going to be amazing.